I want to have a voice where at least when I'm in an all-girls lobby, I don't have to feel weird when speaking. I'm also like so fucking tired of like TERFs. I feel like transphobia from women is just like so much more painful because it's like they should know better. How have you found the recovery from your bottom surgery? How's the dilating been and the adjusting of the change of anatomy? It's weird. I had the main surgery in June last year. I'm still kind of like getting used to a lot of it, and I am sensitive. Obviously, I did have my revision surgery in January, but like it's been dragging out for a really long time. Dilating is fine now that I'm like adjusted to the size, even though it's kind of that I lost some depth because of the second surgery and I wasn't able to dilate in that time. When you have bottom surgery, it is a rearrangement of your anatomy. In your mind, everything is like in the right place, but you know, it's actually like shifted. I still have to get used to the new sensations. Phantom gog? Kinda. Especially when you like wake up in the morning, you're still like a little bit delirious. Sometimes I don't realize that I don't have a gog anymore. I had a certain anatomy for 28 years and then it changed. So like obviously I'm still in the adjustment phase. Thank you for sharing your experience. Of course. Very much more helpful than dry medical articles. Yeah, I get that. Hey everybody, Editing Nyara here. I just wanted to let you know that we're getting really close to 10,000 subscribers. And I'm not going to ask you to subscribe because that's kind of cringe, but you could still like subscribe. And I really want to do a Ask Me Anything special. There's a link to the form where you can ask me questions in the description. I really appreciate all of your support and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Bye-bye. He makes me cry with the slightest inconvenience, a harsh tone of speaking. When someone yells at me, I cry. I don't like being yelled at. But you know what's worse? When it's just something like so random. You're just watching like an advertisement and it's like, you're not even like looking at it, but somehow it kind of triggers something in you. And then you start crying. That's like the worst part of it all. When a teacher looks at me upset, I cry. I just hate upsetting people that I care about. You know what also hurts? Getting transphobia from women. When I'm in a lobby with women, I don't know, getting mocked for my voice or whatnot. That hurts too. That's what bothers me the most with like having a voice that is not passing. It's just like the transphobia from women. That's kind of what gets me. When dudes do it, it's just like, oh, it's kind of annoying. But like when guys are transphobic or like homophobic, you know they're like misogynistic. And if you have like a femme passing voice or whatnot, like they would either insult you or hit on you. You're just picking between like disgusting behavior. I want to have like a voice that passes so I don't have to feel bad when I'm like in an all-girls lobby and I'm just too scared of like speaking up and being terrified of not fitting in. The voice is more androgynous, yeah. But a lot of people place me more in the range of like, oh, it's a gay man. Just hear girl. That's sweet, but like I'm still getting misgendered and shit. And it's like you're holding yourself to like a standard that is just, it feels like it's not achievable. I just don't know what I have to do. People just place me in the gay man or like femboy category. It kind of sucks, you know, it's just like exhausting. The thing is, I've heard women with very deep voices. Yeah, but like they get too, you know?
Yo!
Speaking of girls' lobbies and feeling like you can't fit in because you're a trans woman, there we go. That's what I mean. Into your speech path. I had professional voice lessons for 2 years and that's why I'm where I'm at now. It's not that simple. Like some people struggle more than other people. My voice passes, but I still feel like I'm not enough around cis women sometimes. But Val has made me feel like I fit in more. That's kind of what I'm like hoping for because like anytime you get like gendered correctly, it just boosts your perception of yourself. Me getting gendered correctly helped me be more comfortable wearing more femme clothing in real life. If there's like a balance, you know, sometimes you get gendered correctly, sometimes you get misgendered, and the less you get misgendered and the more you get gendered correctly, the easier it gets to brush off moments where you get misgendered. At the start of my transition, it was always like, yeah, I'm going to get misgendered. Like it doesn't matter. Like there's like too much about me that's still like man that places me in the man category. So like I'm never going to get like gendered correctly, and I'm just going to like deal with it. And like with the voice, you kind of like numb yourself. You don't expect that anyone like actually is going to like gender you correctly. But when you work on something, you put in a lot of effort into it, and it still doesn't get you gendered correctly, or it just gets you like gendered correctly like 1 out of 10 times or 2 out of 10 times. Like it kind of makes you feel worse, because it's like, yeah, I'm trying really hard to like fulfill the expectations of like the average person, and I'm just not able to like get there because puberty, etc. That's kind of where I'm at. It's like I've been doing voice training, like having professional voice lessons for like 2 years, and I'm still not at a point where I get gendered correctly. Like it's not even 50-50. Like especially like when playing Valorant, I do not get gendered correctly at all. Maybe 1 out of 10 times. And like I am in the androgynous range. Like I get that. And it feels like the standards when it comes to video games is like even higher. It's more difficult to pass as a woman in video games, to the point where even cis women struggle a lot. Which is the reason why trans youth should be allowed to get hormone blockers. Puberty destroys everything. Yeah, it's like one of the things. But yeah, that's kind of like my problem. It feels like in order to pass in video games, it's like even more difficult. And like voice training is not that simple. It is a muscle, and you are in theory able to get the voice that you want to have, but like what your journey is and like how difficult it is for you is like, it's a unique struggle. And with voice, it's like people can give you guidelines, but people can't necessarily tell you in what way you need to like actually move your muscles to achieve the voice that works for you, because like everything is just like impacting each other. That's what voice therapy is there. They should know how to teach you that. They can give you exercises, but still I haven't found like anything where it just clicked for me. Of course they teach you like what you need to do, like what the muscles are, but like you actually consciously using them in such a way that it gives you a tone of voice that you want to go for, that works with your anatomy. It's not that simple. So like I had voice lessons, and I know like in theory what to do, but I don't know what I need to like physically change about my voice. I did voice therapy and it helped a lot, but for me I have to put all my focus to my voice and maintain it. That's just like muscle memory. What helps there is like having a phrase and using that as like a way on how to level, like on how to go back to your desired level again. Like a reset. Yeah, exactly. It's also not necessarily like pitch. I don't really want to have like a high-pitched voice. I don't want to have like a high-pitched femme voice. I just think that there's like something about the resonance that places people more in the masc range than the femme range. And the problem, I know, if I have my desired voice, you know, for example, like Kid's voice, if I just go to Kid's channel. Speak, woman!
How dare you neglect to envision this situation?
There we go. I like deeper femme voices, and that's kind of where I want to go. So I don't really want to change my pitch. There's just something about my voice, and I don't know what I need to adjust in order to get there. Speak, woman? Woman, how dare you? But like, I know what Kid is going through when she's playing Valorant, you know, and she's literally just a woman with a deeper femme voice, and people are just like, is that fake? Is that a voice changer? And I know that I'm going to go from like, are you a man or a woman? Are you gay? And I'm going from that to like, is that a voice? Are you voice trolling? It's going to suck either way, because that's just what it is when you have like a femme voice. But like, I'm so tired of homophobia. I barely have an androgynous voice. When I try my regular voice is straight passing. It isn't even deep at all. I want to have a voice where at least when I'm in an all-girls lobby, I don't have to feel weird when speaking. I don't have to like worry about someone asking me, are you a gay man? I'm also like so fucking tired of like TERFs. I feel like transphobia from women is just like so much more painful because it's like they should know better. Like they're literally weaponizing the misogyny that they experience from cis straight men, and they just put it onto like an even smaller, like more oppressed group. I don't think I would ever not treat myself like a guy in front of women. I wouldn't say never, but I do have like some form of like imposter syndrome every time I like hang out with my cis women friends. I just hate standing out. I feel like that's why I also hate like being tall. I don't really understand TERFs. It's just like you've experienced so much abuse and now you're basically siding with the abuser because you think that like, I don't know, either you're trying to appeal to the oppressor and you think that like you're not going to experience misogyny as long as you give that misogyny to other groups, which is like, that's not how it works. Or you're just a person like that representative Nancy Mays, like the entire time just like using misogyny in order to put down trans women, doing nothing to elevate women in general, just pushing them down, using misogyny, like patriarchal values, and like these fascists, people like Matt Walsh, just tweeting at them, being like basically saying that Nancy Mays isn't supposed to be a representative in the first place. Sending out sucks, that's why I'm still boy moding. I have more confidence when I'm with other people. It's like they just want for control. Yeah, I guess it's like if someone has punched you their entire life and then they tell you that either you're going to punch someone else or they are going to get punched. A lot of these TERFs are basically like, oh, okay, we're going to start punching down on trans women so that we're not going to be the victims. But like, they're literally siding with abusers. I feel like they make it sound like it's protecting their class. Like somehow it makes them weaker to have us included. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I feel like white cis straight women in America and lately like in the UK as well are basically just as bad or almost just as bad as a lot of white cis straight men, you know, calling the cops because a woman is tall and wants to go pee. Like this phenomenon is just like so insane to the point where people feel unsafe around cis straight white women, especially if you're like a queer woman. And I don't know how that happened, if that is literally just like what happens when you are a victim of the system and you just blame groups below you for the issues. Because what a lot of TERFs do is like when it comes to all these bills, you know, like bills that would allow inspections of young girls before they're allowed to compete in sports, a lot of TERFs look at that and instead of being like, oh, this is like really predatory from men to like do that and demand women or young girls to show that genitalia and expose themselves in order to compete, they like look at that and they're blaming trans women for invading women's sports, and that is why men have to do this in order to keep women safe. That is the degeneracy that we are like heading into, where that is basically the norm. And I don't know what to tell you, but like giving people the ability to inspect random women's or young girls' and having like the excuse be like, oh, they look trans, so I had to make sure. That is not a good thing. You know, you're worried about the 10 trans women in the entirety of the United States competing in women's sports, that you rather support bills like that than to just be like, hey, trans women are women, they should just be included. And I feel like that's like really dangerous. Trans women are super sexy. Why does that give me like extreme chaser vibes? Why do all your messages give me like weird vibes? I do. I'm stretched and oh my god, it feels so good. I need something to suck on. Anyone got anything? Any dumb men in here? PM is open. Like, come on. Dude, how did I miss this in chat? I don't know. I missed it too. I don't get, like, how did that happen? Like, that is, ew. Someone down bad? Yeah, no, don't do that. Jesus Christ, holy shit, that's disgusting. Yours chat isn't Tinder? Yeah, no, don't do that. That's disgusting.